Okay, gang, here we go. So what I'm doing today is a Bob Ross painting titled, here's the computer with it, Seaside Harmony. So basically, I've already done the acrylic parts, acrylic red and acrylic black. Now, I remember what color he said he did with acrylic. I did a much brighter red because that's what I had. Oh, just skimmed a piece of it off. So that's okay though. I don't mind going outside the colors. And also, amazingly, I'm missing one of the colors that you're supposed to use for this. So the colors that are supposed to be used are, if you're curious, and this is of course on websites, you can look this up, Alizarian Crimson, Sap Green, which I don't have, Prussian Blue, Phthalo Blue, Van Dyke Brown, which I just got a tube of because I was missing that. I didn't realize I was out of sap. Dark Sienna, Indian Yellow, Cad Yellow, and what I'm substituting for two different colors, well, not really substituting, but I'm going to use Viridian in the place of Sap Green to make the bottom kind of brown layer. And what he said to do, and I'm not going to replay all of it, but I'll start where, yeah, that's probably a good place to start. So basically what he said to do, if you want to follow his example, was to do Sap Green and Phthalo Blue. We're going to be this layer here to form a kind of blue-green, right? And then on the bottom was supposed to be Alizarian Crimson and Sap Green to form a brown. So on the bottom, for the brown layer, I'm going to use Viridian and Alizarian Crimson, same difference really to me. And instead of making a blue-green, I'm going to use a blue-green for this layer here. And that's going to be the Phthalo Turquoise. So first I'm going to do the liquid clear for the top here, which is the part that's always the trickiest, because if you do too much of it, it will just run off. I've talked about that before, I'm sure. That's the part I'm always kind of the most nervous about, is using liquid clear. This, what I'm sure is deeply toxic stuff here. Just looking at it and smelling it, this cannot possibly be good for you. And I'm just going to use this really cheap paintbrush that I have, because this is just literally, all I'm going to do is coat it like this. You don't really need a high-priced brush for this. I think I got two of these for $4 or something like that. And it's just, you know, any paint store would have these. And again, I'm emphasizing, this is the point of this. Anybody can do this. This is why I'm following the Bob Ross video. And like I said, cheap brush. You don't have to spend a ton if you're not going to do it often. This will be fine for the liquid clear part, because, you know, if it gets destroyed, I really don't care. And yeah, we'll see how it goes. This is a painting, this is the first one I've done of his that I can think of where he's using colors like this, like an acrylic color. I may have done one other one with like a blue maybe, but I don't even know if I've done that. I've done like half black white stuff, or partially black white, but I don't remember one where it was a color and then a black or a white. Not that I can think of. So this is kind of a new one. I'm interested to see where this goes. So all right, let's get that liquid clear here. Ooh, and let's just start. Got to be real careful with this stuff. So I'm trying to, he said thin coat too. So I'm really just trying to smear this and, you know, there's a bristle already came off of this brush. Yeah, see, that's the other advantage of a cheap brush. When a bristle comes off, who cares really? Because it just take another $4. Well, I have another one. I have a backup brush if I need it. But $4 for brushes is pretty cheap compared to what you can spend on art brushes. Trust me, you can go crazy. Which I haven't quite yet, and I'm trying to resist the urge to, because the reality is, and I say this, and I know people will say, well, you know, how can you say that? I'm not a painter. You know, I'm really not. This is something I'm able to do because Bob Ross has made it very easy, but this is not something I typically do. It's not the type of art I really would consider myself to do a lot of. So I'm just trying to move this around, because this is one of those where you don't want a lot of this stuff. You do not want this really heavy, or the paint will run. So I'm really going to try to grind it out. And I apologize, I'm coming right off of a cold. Yesterday I was not in any condition to be painting. Not really because I felt all that bad, but because I was so stuffed up that for me to make a video with my voice sounding the way it did, not that it sounds like angelic tones to begin with, but it would have been awful yesterday because I really sounded stuffed up, which I was. So, okay. See, I'm just trying to kind of use the light to see where it is. This side looks pretty good. I'm seeing it pretty much, oh, maybe a little bit at the top here. Scrub some of that in. There we go. This side's pretty well coated as far as I can tell. Coated enough for what I'm gonna need. See, this is just so tricky with this stuff because you really got to be careful not to go too heavy with it. So I'm trying to, like, if I can splotch it around enough, then I can kind of just work it in from there and not have to use too much. You really don't want to use too much of this stuff. Like I said, I've gotten lucky. I was burned once really badly with liquid clear. First time I used it, I just had so much of it, but the painting wasn't all that good, so when it all just ran, I didn't care. But then I used too much on one that I actually had come out pretty well, and that really sucked because it ruined the painting. I mean, it just ruined it. There was no saving it. I would have had to repaint it, and even if I tried repainting it, I would have had to recoat it with clear, and it already had too much, so I don't even know how long I would have had to have let it dry to recover that painting. It would have been months, and I don't know if it even would have been recoverable, to be honest. I really don't. I don't know if it would have worked. So, there's a hair in my face. Where is this hair coming from? I can feel it. Ah, it's the worst. Okay, let's see. The irony, losing your hair, and yet somehow you still get a hair in your face. Could the hair that I've got stay on my head, please? As opposed to going into my face. Well, I don't need more hair. Thank you, even though age seems to be adding it. But let's not make this into a video where I'm talking about the joys of age and how hair disappears where you want it and appears where you do not. Because that'll just depress people. Okay, so I think that clear is on there pretty well. Let's take a quick look from the side. Sorry, I know you can't probably see this very well. Yeah, it looks pretty good. There's a little splotch down here maybe where I need some. Just spread that in there. And then just do this to try to get the excess off. And I have seen people say you can just take a paper towel and also go over it, but I think it's pretty good. I think it's pretty light on there. But I do have a paper towel, so I could go over it. Could do a quick brush over it here, so why not? Let's just do a quick light run. I don't want to leave any fragments of the paper either, so I'm just going to go lightly across this just in case there's any heavy areas, which I don't think there is. I think I got it pretty evenly this time, which is nice. Yeah, not much came off there, so we'll wash the brush. Let's put that in there. I'm going to put the clear back over here because this jar seems to seep somehow. So just put that right there, and then let's fold this. Just a little bit, not bad. Keep the paper towel in case I need it. It's very windy today, but like I said, audio is never going to be something that people are going to remember me for, so I don't really care. I think you'll get the point across just by seeing it. All right, let's bleed that off. Okay, and I do have these nice little hooks now that I can just hang these brushes from. These brushes, because they don't really care about those too much. So if they get weather beaten, I don't care because they're cheap brushes, not the good brushes. All right, so that's the top. Top is clear. Now we got to go to the bottom. So let's pull this tape off because it really was only protecting the bottom from getting clear on it. Come on, tape. Tape is really... You know what? I made the stupid mistake of not putting a little folded tab to make this tape easy to get off. So I did this to myself. What a non-surprise. There we go. Oh, actually, I did on that one. Let's pull this off, because that's really just there to prevent the clear. And we'll toss that tape. This is artist tape. It's the first time I've been working with this tape. But it's supposed to be good. We'll see. So now, put tape just to prevent the color from going up. Okay. And this will be a lot looser. So put tape right there. Oh, not long enough. Helps to make the tape actually long enough, everybody. Quick lesson. Make the tape long enough to cover what you need to cover. I'm not sure that's a lesson anybody but me apparently needs to learn. So it's going to be, I don't know how well this tape's even going to adhere on liquid clear, but I'll try to use the sides. It's basically the sort of, yeah, I can grip the sides, and that's okay, because it's not going to be on there that long. I'm really just going to do this while I put this stuff on the bottom, but like I said, I don't really, it's not going to really matter. Okay, so, sorry, I just hit the camera. So turquoise is going to be most of this. There you go. Okay, you know what? That's not going to do anything. It's coming off. Fine. It's really not going to matter. Okay. So turquoise first. And we will use, what do we want to use for this? Probably the squared off brush. So let's put a little bit of turquoise right here. We shouldn't need too much to make the blue-green bottom. Come on, Cap. Come on, buddy. Come on. Wow, these things really just never want to go on square for me. Kind of amazing that I can never get these. There we go. Okay, so that's the phthalo turquoise. Got a 2-inch, what do they call this? Landscape? Yeah, landscape, which just really the only difference is rounded or straight. So I'm going to use this one. And we're just going to take this. See, because this is already, see, it's already blue-green. So I'm just going to put some of this down here. And maybe about that far. And I see some is going up. That's okay. I'm not going to worry about it. Really not. I could get all wrapped up about that, but I'm not going to. And we'll just kind of splotch that through. And we'll just draw a nice line across here so I can kind of see where I am. And again, we'll just try to bring this like this. And if a little gets up in the red, I really don't think it's gonna matter. I really don't. Yeah, it's okay. If you're gonna go into these things, and this is really weird for me to be saying it because my general approach to things is very strict and specific, but with paintings like this, you can't worry about it being perfect. There is no perfect. This is inherently a kind of loose painting technique, the wet on wet thing. So, you know. Okay. All right, I should use a different finger. There we go. There we go. There we go. Yep. Yep. Yep, it's there. All right, so now on the bottom, we're going to do the alizarin crimson and viridian, I guess in equal portions, I guess, to make this brownish color. It's going to be interesting. I don't know what that's going to look like. I've never mixed these types of colors together like this. So I'm sort of curious, to be honest. I mean, I guess green and red would kind of make a brown, I suppose. It's interesting. Okay, so I'm going to just use the same brush. I'm not going to even bother. Yeah, see, they look purple to me, but that's what he said to use. So I'm going to use it. I mean, I don't really care. If it's not brown, it's not going to bother me either. I'm okay with weird colors. If you've watched any of my videos on painting by now, you know I'm really not afraid of weird colors. I've already substituted one, so if it doesn't quite look exactly like his does, I'm actually really interested in how these clouds are going to come out, because his clouds are really big and interesting in this painting. So that's the curious part for me, is what that's going to look like. Okay. Okay, hold on. Yep. I wouldn't call that brown, but I also really don't care. Okay. All right, so that's our bottom color. So our transparent layers are in. Let me clean this brush. I have no idea what brush. I think he's using a 2-inch to start. And we'll just get going here. And we'll see what we get. Okay, clean that brush off. Okay, let's dry this. Okay, just dry that in case I need it later. Pretty sure he starts off with a 2-inch, but I'll back the video up a little bit and let's see what he says. So, okay.
All right. Just getting the introduction there was a biggie.
2-inch.
Let's take a little titanium white.
Oh, titanium white and black.
Here, get a little bit of the
Midnight black. Okay, so we need midnight black right here. And let's put some black right there. Put some white right next to it. I'm not going to use as much as he does. You can see if you, well, I may play this. Well, I can link to this video. I don't know if it'll copyright if I play it as a like picture-in-picture thing. But he uses huge gobs of color, which I'm not going to, because I inevitably end up with a lot left. So, man, this paint, there's something going on with this white paint. Like, I don't know what's gunked up in here. It's like part of it dried or something, which is really bizarre, because this is fairly new paint. And I keep saying I gotta replace, yeah, see, it's like it's gummed up. It's really strange. It's like there's a solidified piece of it in there. Huh. That is bizarre. You know what I'm gonna try? Hold on, let me do this. I mean, I don't know if it's gonna matter for this, but let's try this crank. This thing is ideally meant for a tube that's empty, not one that's full, but I'm gonna try it. We'll see what happens now. I'm gonna try to aim this thing down, because there's always the potential for an explosion here of the paint flying out. But let's see. Just curious what happens here. Wow, it's not even gripping it. That's a good sign. Come on, why aren't you gripping it? Hold on a minute. Why is this thing... God, I barely use this thing and it's like off. Hold on. Okay, there we go. Well, my intent was to try to use it, but I don't know if it's going to work, because it seems like it's broken. It's not gripping the tube very tight. It's not gripping the tube at all. Wait, is it supposed to go the other way? Hold on. No. No, it goes this way. It's like it got bent. Oh yeah, it did bend. What happened here? Yeah, that should be doing that, but it's weird that it's not gripping it. Well, hey, you're getting a very real look at how things go. Okay, grip this thing. Yeah, see? It's not even gripped. It's not gripped, like the bottom thing isn't moving, which is odd.
You've got mail, man.
Yeah. No, it's not gripping it at all. Well, that's not going to do any good for it. Well, you know what? Hold on. Let me try something. Let me just try it from the midpoint and see what it does. If I do this, what do we get? We get absolutely nothing. Okay. Well, that's pointless. Okay. Well, you know, this is how it goes sometimes. Yeah, see, I just don't know why it's getting stuck like that. Like it's jammed up in that one spot. Which is really bizarre. There it goes. Okay. I think I got it past whatever the block was. Yeah, okay, hold on. Maybe it did just solidify in that one spot. Maybe there was a part of it that got chunked up. Let's find out. Okay, so he says.
All right.
Okay.
Just getting the introduction there was a biggie.
Mm-hmm.
Let's take a little titanium
look at,
white.
okay, look at that. Hold on a minute. This is a solid, I'm holding this. This should not be like this. It's a solid chunk of paint that must have solidified in there. I mean, that's like a crayon almost. Uh-huh. Yep. Good sign. It's all right. I got it. Just getting off my fingers here. Maybe that was what has been causing all these problems. I guess we'll find out. I definitely couldn't use my paintbrush in that. Okay, so put it in the white. Just a little bit of black. Okay. Light gray color. Okay. Yeah, it's kind of a gray. Okay. He's got a little more paint than I do, but that's okay. So he's just going over here. Little indications. Okay. He's just spreading it around a little bit. Yeah, I don't think I have to worry about thinning it out. So he's coming through here a little bit. He has a lot thicker in that one corner, so I'm gonna have to go back in there. Okay. So what's he putting on there? What color was he grabbing?
Very, very small amount of phthalo.
Oh, phthalo blue. Okay, well let's finish off our gray area here. See, the only problem with what I've got compared to what he has is his is okay, there we go. His is a lot softer. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna soften this out a little bit. Just by giving this some twirls, I guess you'd call them. See, that's a lot closer to what he was doing. I do like that there's like light and dark areas though. That's good. But it's way too, you can see the brush strokes way too clearly. So we're just gonna use the corner. We're just gonna soften this all out to make it look like clouds as opposed to brush strokes. Gotta be careful down here. I don't want to go into the, I mean I should, I'm using the corner, but I want to go into the dark area yet. Just trying to soften all this out. Okay, so we've rounded that out. So that kind of looks like cloudy areas. All right, so now what's he saying? Let's go phthalo blue. Small amount of phthalo blue. Okay. It's interesting, he's using blue on top of red. That's fascinating. Yeah, it's interesting that he's using blue on it. That's a fascinating color. A little bit of blue here and there. Okay. Hold on. All right, phthalo blue, huh? Just a tiny bit. Well, I'm just gonna put a tiny splotch then, just a bit. Literally that little tiny bit. All right, so let me just see what he's doing. I want to back up here and just watch how much he was getting on there. Okay. Oh yeah. Okay. Very small amount. Okay. Okay. Very small amount. Well, I put a very tiny amount on the palette here, so there really shouldn't be all that much anyway. But I'll make sure I spread it out and fan it. Okay, hold on. So what I'm going to do here is use the corner. Just try to, there we go. Blend that in a little bit. It's so weird that he's using a blue over a red. It's just odd. This is a very unusual painting in almost every way at this point. Not that I'm having a problem with that. I'm certainly not opposed to doing something odd. You know what though? I think I'm going to use... no, actually I'm okay with this. Let me just stamp off the blue there, and then I can use this corner. Okay. I gotta wash it. Nope. He's going to wash it anyway, but there was a lot of blue left on there, obviously. So let's go ahead and wash this off. And I'll use a different brush to blend it. Because if I use this to blend it, there's going to be huge splotches of blue all over this thing. And that's already more blue than he was using, which I don't think is a problem. I think I can fan it out, or work it out, I mean. So I don't think it's a big deal, but it's annoying. Okay, let's use this little 1-inch oval, and we'll just see if we can thin that out by working it in. There we go. I mean, okay, there it goes. It's going. It's going. It's a little thick there, but, you know, just try to slowly grind it out. Blend it in a little bit. Not a huge deal, but like that splotch is heavier than it should have been. But depending on what goes on top of it, it might not matter. Yeah, so you can kind of fade these things out if you just keep going over them. They will eventually kind of blend in. So it's always possible to get rid of these things. Ideally, you would not have enough there that you'd have to do this, but if, like me, you put too much on, then that'll blend it out. Yeah, it's not bad. This is going to be tougher, but it's still, because it picked up the white from the top. See, it'll sort of phase it out. Annoying to have to do that, but it'll work. There we go. Won't see that much of it in a minute. Okay. Just blend and blend and blend. All right. So now let's wash this brush. Yeah, that's okay. I mean, you can see the darker parts where there shouldn't be, but we'll see what it looks like in the end. Might not be a big deal, but we'll see. Okay. All right, let me dry this off real quick. Dry, 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 dry. Dry, 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 dry. Try to dry that well in case I need it again. Let's see what's next. So I wash the brush, which I just did because I knew that was coming. Mm-hmm. Yep. Okay. So what's he going into? So he's going back into white. Let's take a new brush. Oh, he said same old brush. Okay, yeah, so he's going over it with white, so that's going to cover a lot of that black up. All right, you know what? Let's use the same brush. Let's follow his lead. Oh, interesting. Okay, so he's doing like diagonal. Okay. Ooh, man, that's nice.
This is a very, very soft little blender.
Yeah, I like the clouds. I like that they've got like an angle to them. The only thing is, I wish there was like a thinner, and maybe there is a thinner version of this brush, like a razor edge type brush. Which probably when I first bought this, it probably was a tight edge. Yeah, I like those clouds though. Let's get the little piece of black out of here. I don't think it would do anything, but I don't want to take a chance. So, okay. Oh, put my finger right into the blue. Okay. All right, so let's do that. Let's see here. So we'll just do some of these same kind of clouds where we're doing it at an angle. All right. That's basically what he'd done. And then we'll come in with, I don't like the big brush for blending. I tend to like the smaller brush. So I'm going to grab this guy and we'll blend with this. And I tend to like the smaller brushes for blending. See, I feel like there's more nuance to it than with the bigger brushes. I mean, not that the big brush is bad. If you want to use that, use it. But I tend to like these smaller brushes. Just feel like they stop me from going too big with some of the emotions. Now I'm going to do this to kind of pull more of a cloud because they look a little marshmallowy right now. But if I just do something like this, and come into these edges and soften them up and then move them out, and then kind of pull them. Yeah, it's more like it. Okay. Now I do think the reason that he has tape on there is because I think he goes all the way to the bottom. And that might be the only tricky part with this, is because without the tape, it's going to be a little tough to do these with a clean edge. So I might have to try to figure something out for that, but we'll cross that bridge if that's where we're heading when we get to it. Not going to worry about it right now. Let's just fan these out. I do like these diagonal clouds though. This is up my alley type stuff. I do like that. Just try to, again, the point is I want to get rid of the really obvious brush marks. For me. You don't have to. If you don't care, leave them. I kind of want these to look like they weren't made by a brush. Okay, so let's see where he's going. He's doing a second layer. It's gonna be my blending brush. So he's just going over it. Okay. Oh, there's a very large spider crawling over there. Yeah, whatever, ain't bothering me. Yeah, so he's doing layered clouds and he's blending. Okay, I see what he's doing. All right, that's easy enough. So we'll get some more. Damn, right into the blue again. I gotta remember that blue's there. So loading up more. Doing this. He's not going down that far though, so I'm gonna make sure I don't go too far down. I don't know if he's got a plan for what's going on the bottom. I'm sure he does. But I don't know what it is yet. So he's got, I'm actually further down than he is even right now. So that's okay though. Let's just blend this stuff. But I'm leaving little spaces so that there's kind of some intermixing between these, and you can see the different areas. So we'll do that. See, that gets lighter right there. Probably need more white. Those have got to be the dried chunks of white paint falling off. Because normally paint doesn't fall off like that. It's a little unusual. There we go. Sweep that like there's wind going in there or something. Just kind of give that some pull. That's nice. It's interesting. Yeah. Yeah, he's just blending it out. Yep. Yeah, he's a little bit further up. He's at like this point, but that's okay. Mm-hmm.
It's good. You don't want to stop.
Yep. Yeah, so he's basically just doing it that. Okay.
Let's try to do one at a time.
Okay. Don't hold the blue paint. There we go.
Just let us sort of dance around.
Yeah, I see what he's doing. Okay.
He comes right out here.
All right, so yeah. I'm just going to not worry about where it's going. But I do want to have some coming that way. Just kind of piecemeal them out. Okay. Wow, he's already at the edge. Okay, well, whatever. We're going to do this. We're going to take a break from his thing for a minute. We're going to fill this out the way I want to do it, which is just like this. I may actually come in here with a small brush and do kind of clean edges to these, like these splotchy edges, just to give the clouds a little bit of like edges to them. But we'll do that with a different brush because I won't blend those like I'm doing with this. This I'm just kind of blending it wherever I want it. Or the whole way through, I should say. I'm just blending it all. And then doing like this. Just kind of pulling out a little bit so it looks like there's, see, because it makes it look like there's kind of wind streams coming through it a little bit. Kind of make it look like it's in motion to a degree. I like the way that looks. Now he's gone all the way to the edge, so get some more white on here. Hold the palette where there's not, there you go. Where there's not blue, maybe. What an idea. I just want to see where he's going at the end. Yeah, he's pulling it. Okay, so that's basically what I was thinking. So yeah, he's pulling it up towards there. It's going to kind of sit in the middle. Yeah, okay. Yep, okay. Yeah, I see it. See, there's a chunk of white again. That chunk shouldn't be there, but it'll probably come right off. Okay. Oh, so I see he's got it disappearing at the bottom. So we're going to have one more. It's got to be like a bowl to this, like a dip. Okay, that's easy. We can do that. Yep, okay. So we're going to blend this. Again, we're just blending out the harshness of this stuff. But you see you have some difference in the brightness of some of the white. Yeah. Yeah, that piece is going to come right up. There it goes. Yeah, that's not supposed to happen. So that paint somehow, even though the tube does not appear to have any holes in it, as far as I can tell, somehow got dried inside the tube, which is why that's been giving me such a problem. hopefully now that I got that big solid chunk out, I mean, there might be more. There might be more that, see that? See how it's got the wind going? Yeah, that's nice. That's kind of what I was going for. So now we just have to kind of create our bowl shape, or the bottom of the cloud layer, because I think that's where he's stopping.
I like to do skies like this. A lot of fun.
Hold on, I'm just looking at what he's doing. Yeah, a little light. Yeah, okay. So yeah, he's putting some more on the top. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so is he going all the way to the bottom?
I love these little rascals.
Oh, well, I like to watch him interacting with animals. It's one great thing about Bob Ross. The fact that he was an animal lover. Seemed like such a nice guy. Shame smoking got him. Don't smoke, guys. It just kills you and just hurts you and people around. Oh, so he's going all the way to the bottom. But yeah, don't smoke. I know it's easy for me to say as a non-smoker, but if you can avoid it, try to avoid it. Okay, so I see what he's doing. Yeah, so he's going all the way down. I got it. But yeah, that's what got him. Cancer, lung cancer. Yeah, it sucks. Got my dad too. So I'm not. Don't make a secret that I don't like smoking. Because like I said, I've firsthand seen what it does. And I know it's a tough thing to give up. Believe me, I'm aware of it. Because I have friends who are smokers who have not been able to beat it. But it's worth the effort, gang. If you're a smoker, try. Just try. It's all anybody can ask. But try and beat it. Because it's something that no matter what happens, if it's what ends up getting you, you're, and I kind of hate to say this, but it's just the truth, because I don't know what the point is in lying to people, but as much as your family will miss you, they're also going to be a little bit angry at you. I know that directly, because my mother has never quite gotten over my dad, and I know there's a part of her that's angry that he couldn't give it up, because it's not like he didn't know what it would do. We all knew. But that's why I say, I know it's easy for me to say, but if you can, there will probably come a day where you'll look back and go, wow, that was the best thing I ever did. Not only for myself, but for the people who care about me. So, I don't want to go on a tirade and make people who smoke feel bad. I understand it's an addiction for a reason. Addictions are hard to beat for a reason. Again, I don't want to come across like I'm saying, you can just quit. Just decide to quit. It's that easy. No, I know it's not that easy. I am well aware that it is not that simple. But it's one of those things that if you can manage it, you will realize at a point that it was well worth that effort. And that's all I'm going to say about it. I'll stop talking about it. And we'll focus on this beautiful cloudy sky we got going on here, which I am quite liking. I wasn't sure. When I screwed that blue up, I wasn't sure if that was going to tank it, but so far, so good. I'm happy with where it is. Now, we'll see if the bottom ruins it somehow, because I never put it past myself to be able to ruin something towards the end of it. But so far, it seems to be going all right. And I'm going to do those harder edges to some of the clouds in a minute. But I'm going to get the smoother parts done first, and we'll take a step back and look at it really quick. And we'll see here where we are. Look at that, some kind of general cloudiness. I think this is what he did towards the bottom, was he just kind of fanned this out a little bit. Yeah, I can see where he did it. And we're just going to try to keep that nice and light. And again, we'll do some kind of motion to it, and just kind of make it feel like it's blowing around a little bit. Sweep the bottom. Here we go, like that. Okay. Yep, so there's our clouds. Probably should pop a few more in. Okay, well, you know what I'm going to do? Here's what I'm going to do. So now, I'm going to take I'm going to take this 2-inch. Actually, I'm going to save this 1-inch. I'm going to use this other 1-inch one here. Make sure it's dry. Yeah, it looks pretty dry. So I'm going to take the 1 inch, right, and we're going to edge some of these clouds. So I'm just going to take this into the white, pure white. And we're just going to pop some white edges in here, right? Just to kind of crown some of these clouds, if that makes sense. Just to give them a little bit of a, you know, just kind of pop them off the canvas a bit in some of these areas where it's a little bit darker. And then I'm going to just blend the bottoms of them a little bit. Because again, I like how soft a lot of these clouds are, and I want to keep that softness. But I also want there to be some kind of edges to them where you can see the kind of, I guess you call them the tops of the clouds, the crowns of the clouds. So I'll take this brush, just kind of come in here like this, in some places. And again, it kind of fills in some of the pocket areas too. So this is all going to work together. Kind of indicate the edges of where the clouds are. Yeah. Like that, a little bit up here, there. Okay, yep. Let's put that right into the cleaner. Now we're going to take same brush, blending brush, and we're just going to blend the bottoms. Leave the top. I don't want to ruin the top. I want the top to be crisp. And we'll just blend these bottoms in a bit, like this. Just blend that. Just soften the bottom so that they seem to kind of blend in. But leave those top ends. Yep. Well, hold on. Let me see something. Maybe blend it maybe soften the tops just a little bit. Just barely. Yeah, just barely touch it. Barely touch it. Integrate a little bit more so they look like they're part of it. There we go. Yeah. They're a little too harsh on their own, so we just barely touch them. Bring them in. Unify them with the cloud just a bit, but they still have that kind of ridge to them, so you can see where they are. Yeah. Just barely touching them. Just barely. Yeah. I mean, I'm trying not even to really touch the canvas. I'm just trying to just brush against it so that these still stay, you know, so they feel consistent. I don't want to completely blur them. I just want to bring them in a bit, just so that they don't look like they weren't there at first. You're just creating the illusion that they're part of what was there from the beginning. So just soften them a little bit, just barely, and then work the bottoms in, just a bit. Okay, hold on, let me look. Yep. Blend a little bit there, bring that in, a little bit there, just a tad. Soften the bottom end of it. Yep. See, and that gives them a little bit of a dimensionality too. They kind of have a little 3D to them, because then they feel like they're a little bit closer than the other segments are. Even though, as we know, they're not. It's all illusion when it comes to paintings. There we are. Okay. The lizard just ran by. Hello, lizard. I got no problem with you, lizard. You're not interfering with my painting. You can stay out in the sun if you want. Okay. Yeah. See, that gives these. Yeah, that was the right call. Is to use a different brush and to hit it with a clean white. Okay. All right. So let's. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna soften the bottoms of this too. Yeah, we'll just come through here. We'll just go through this. Try to bring that down and in, and then just sweep across a little bit there. Looks a little weird, so I'll give it a little bit of there we go. A little bit there, just to fade that in. There we are. Okay, so where's he going now? Let's see.
And they're very important in my life.
Okay, so he's doing the smoothing on the bottom, which I already did, so that's.
A little touch of the fade,
Oh, I see what he's doing. He's putting a little bit of the blue on the bottom, just to darken the bottoms. Okay. Well, you know what we can do?
Just to protect.
So he's taking just a bit of blue. We're going to try this, see if this works. Oh yeah. That time I managed to only have a little bit of blue, so that's good. But that just darkens the bottom of the clouds. I see what he's doing there. That's a good idea. All right. Okay, I think he's done with the sky part, maybe. Let's see. Take a little more blue here. There we go. Yeah, just a little bit of blue on the bottom. Kind of give these clouds a bit of a darker bottom edge. Okay, he's taking the tape off, so that's fine. So we won't need the tape, that's good. Because I've already taken mine off, Bob. I hate to break it to you, but my tape's gone. Because it was not sticking. Okay. Yeah, I already did that. So that's the difference. He didn't put any color here until after he took the tape off. I, like an idiot, did. Okay. So then he's going away. Okay.
Seascapes give some people a hard time. They're not the easiest thing when we work with them.
So he's, what colors are we doing here? He's taking white.
The seascape is a little easier to do.
Yeah.
We're going to use this small amount.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
But I'm going to start out by just figuring out basically here.
Oh yeah. Okay, I know where he's going. I know what he's going to be doing. All right, let's clean some brushes here. I'm going to hold my mouth, so my oil is going to be right for it. Oh. Sorry, I was holding the brush in my mouth to not have to leave two of them on there. So, sorry about my audio being very bad for a minute. All right. And it's a little bit warmer today, so I don't know if this camera is going to overheat. I hope it isn't. So what I might do is actually stop this video, let the camera cool down for 10 minutes or so, and start it back up, because I really don't know. There's a couple of times where the camera seems to have just stopped, and I know there's plenty of space on the card, so the only explanation I could come up with is heat. And it is a little warm. I think it's going to be 82 today. And it's got to be, I'm in the sun right now, and it's pretty warm. So, could be that. Okay. Dry that off. All right, so, let's see what he's doing. You know what? Actually, that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to stop the camera right now before we go to the bottom. And I'm going to let the camera sit for 10 minutes. Now, in the video, you're not going to notice that. I'm just going to go, I'll just do a cross dissolve and we'll come back. But I'm going to stop it and let it cool off for a minute. Okay, so let's pick up here with the Ocean Small Knife. Small knife. Okay. So he took a little bit of white. This is my part I'm always bad at, but that's okay. So, hold on, I want to watch how he did that. I think he just formed like a... Okay. So he just formed basically a... Oh, I don't know. Let's see. Let's do this. And then it comes down like that. Okay. See how I'm never that good at getting the paint right. Just not. He's got that coming up here, and then just kind of goes off. But I'm not going to worry about it, because inevitably, it really doesn't matter. Okay. Get some more.
Pressure.
Here, because this is all going to get worked out anyway. Okay, he's got a little bit of something over here. Oh, let's just keep this going down like this. He's got a little bit there. Okay. So he's using the fan brush, number 3, he said. This is a number 3, and he's just kind of swirling it out. Okay. So he's just kind of blending this using the background. Yeah, okay. Ooh, I like that turquoise. Look at that turquoise, huh? Oh, yeah.
I'm just going to put some little...
All right, we'll wait on that. So he's just doing some blending here. So we're just blending the tops of this out to make the water. Yep, there we go. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that phthalo turquoise is a nice color. It's a good watercolor. It really is. It's very nice. Okay, so we'll sweep this out. I don't mind that that's getting lighter too. That white works well. Just sweep that out here. Okay. Right. Just do this. Water through there. God, it's a nice color. It's a nice color. Okay, hold on. So he's just doing the tops, right? Yeah, he's just doing some top ends for distant waves. Okay, yeah, we can do that, sure. Yeah, okay. So he's just going into this. Okay. So just kind of... See, it's the only problem with this. So just do it like that. There we go. That'll work. Let's get some choppy, get some thicker parts here and then blend them. That works fine. You can always come in here with like an acrylic paint pen and do a better job of that anyway. I don't mind that. That's fine. Okay. So now he's got, okay, so he's got some more of the white. Hold on, I want to see what he's doing here. Okay, so I see what he's doing. Yeah, I got it. Okay. So this comes like this, and like this, and like this. This is what I mean. I can never get my knife to do what his does. He does it really easily. I can't do it. It never seems to form the paint the right way. It's not a big deal. I don't really care. It's just a fact. It never quite looks like his does. Like his waves are so smooth. This is what I mean about it. You can't worry about it. Just gotta go with it. So then he's... Okay. So he's doing a pullover. So I'm just do it like this to kind of cascade it. Yep. Can't worry about it. Just go with it. Okay. Here we go.
And just begin rubbing with a knife.
Oh yeah. Now he's making the tube of the yeah. And then he just kind of does this. He kind of grinds it in to make the inner part of the thing here. Now this is where he uses yellow. That's what he's saying in the background. You probably can't hear it. I don't use that. I don't like the yellow in there. I know he uses it, and I understand the point of it, but I don't do that. What I like to do is I like to just come in with this. I never liked the yellow. I tried it once. I'm not going to say it looks bad necessarily, but I never really liked it. I just didn't like the way it looked. I didn't. It's easier just for me to just kind of thin it out like this and kind of create the tube on it. So what's he doing? He's got crimson and blue. So I just like doing that. That's better. Okay. Okay, let's see here. Soften that up a bit. There we are. Okay. Oh, he's using that as a shadow. Interesting. Huh. That's interesting. He's using like a dark color. Wow. Okay, hold on. I have to watch this. This is very strange. I haven't seen him do this before.
We'll make that decision in a little while.
Huh.
Take a little phthalo blue.
Interesting. Okay, so he's taking... I've watched this a couple times. I stopped the camera because I wasn't going to waste time. I wanted to watch this a few times. So he's taking crimson and blue and making this shadow color. That's really interesting. I don't know how that's going to look. It's hard to see it on what he's doing. He said phthalo blue, yeah? think he said phthalo. Hold on, I want to read that here.
Take a little phthalo blue.
Little phthalo blue. Okay.
Crimson.
It's interesting. Okay. Much more crimson than blue. Okay. It just seems like a weird color, but I'll try it.
So I can see what color I've got.
And a little bit of white. Okay. Honestly, the thing I'm going to have the hardest time is getting this cap to go on. Come on. What is it with this thing? There we go. Okay. And a little bit of white. Okay. This is just strange. There's my other small knife. Okay. We'll try it. I'll try it.
It's going to mix with that color.
I mean, I'll give it a shot. And a little bit of white. Okay.
Automatically. This old crasher wave.
Okay.
Right up here breaks the horizon.
It's just strange to me, this color. But okay.
Just splash it up in the sky.
Alright, I'll trust you, Bob, if that's what you're saying to do. And he's got it going mixing here, he's saying. Mix it around here. He's got it going way up into the sky. Okay. We'll try it. I just don't know. I guess that's working. It's just a strange color to me. But then again, I mean, I'm not a color expert by any stretch of the imagination. So we'll see.
Now we have several different values.
Okay. I'll stop that in a minute because he's talking about mixing white now, which is fine. He's got it coming up like into here. So let's stop right here. Let me go back to where he's mixing the colors. Yeah, he's got it like shooting up. All right. Okay, we'll try it. He's got it coming up into like here. Like this. Like it's crashing. Mine doesn't quite go in the sky like his does, but okay. That's what he did. This here is basically what he was doing. So we're replicating that as best I can anyway. Okay. Alright, we'll see. We'll see. Okay, now what's he doing? Let's see. So that's what he does there. Okay. I gotta clean these knives off. Clean this really quick. This guy's taking a phthalo blue and a little bit of white. This knife is coming apart.
It would just make a nice bluish color in the dark.
Okay. Okay.
We have several different values we can use.
A little windy. Just gotta hold the thing. Hold on. So now he's making, okay, different colored waves. Okay. Well, I'm gonna do a little thing different than he is. I'm gonna use white and the phthalo turquoise because I like that color. Okay.
This knife will do fantastic things if you just give it a chance.
Okay, hold on.
Just rub it. I like to do entire paintings using that technique.
So now, just jump back a little bit and let's see what he's doing here. Okay, yeah, I see what he's doing. Okay. So,
To begin thinking about.
okay. All right, so he's got another wave kind of coming through here. All right, okay. Oh, I see, and he's got it kind of swirling in like this, which I would probably do with the fan brush as opposed to this knife.
Just give it a chance.
Yeah, except I'm not as good with the knife as you are, Bob. I wish I was. Okay, so yeah, okay, I see what he's doing. So he's kind of, yeah, but see, I'll do that with the fan brush. It's just going to be easier if I do it with the fan brush than doing it like this.
It's hard to do on television with the limited time frame that we have.
Yeah, okay. Oh yeah, I can't do the whole painting with a knife. Are you kidding? That's a joke. Whoa, yeah, right. Take a little titanium white. Okay, so he's doing some edging on it. Okay, so hold on. Let me do the blending first. So first, let's blend this because this is what he's got. This is what he's doing with the knife. I'm not going to use the knife. I'm going to use the fan brush because I'm way better at blending with a fan brush than I'm ever going to be with that knife. And then we're going to do a little something different than what he's doing, just a bit, because I know what I can make work. So we're going to blend that, right? And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the other knife. Where's the little knife? Oh, yeah, this one. Okay, here it is. Get that. Okay, so we're going to take a little bit of that. And this is what we'll use to create the cap edges. We'll fake it. Like that. Take a little more white. And we'll fake it. I sure hope I hit the record button again properly. I guess I'll find out when I find out. Okay, so there's some white there. Then take the white right here. Do that. Do this too, because there's some on the other side. Okay. Yeah, see, that's how to do the white caps like that. See, I can do that. Yeah, that's what he's doing, basically. But he's using the same knife. I'm not going to use the same knife. That would be a complete disaster. I can just tell you right now, that would not work for me. So I'm just going to do it the way I know it works for me. And that's what I would tell anybody. Do it the way you know it works for you. Oh, and then he's doing like a little bit of he's doing a little crashing stuff on the top. Yeah, that's okay. I don't... all right, now this, I am not... See what he's doing there? I am not using a knife for that. I'm going to use the fan brush. Not even that fan brush. I'm going to use clean white. Let's get some clean titanium white on here. A little bit more. I thought I found the hard part of it. There's more? Oh no, here we go, here we go. Ah, look at that. It's actually coming out properly now. What do you know? I really think it was that big block of dried paint that was killing it. Okay, so where's my other fan brush? Here it is, the little one. The little guy, number 3. Let's take a little bit of white here. A little bit on there. And I'm just going to do this. That's how I'm going to do that. That's a lot easier for me to do than using the knife, which would not look anywhere as good as that. I can tell you right now, I could use it maybe for the edges, but it would not look like that. No way. Yeah, there's no way that would work. But I can do the edge of this really easy and create that same kind of effect. Okay, there we go. There we go. Yep, okay. Let's see. Okay, what's he using the browns for? Where is he going with the browns? He's gonna create a rock. Yep, he's creating a rock. I should have known. He loves creating rocks. And traditionally, I suck at that. Okay, so we got our Van Dyke Brown here. Yeah, I see what he's doing. A little dark sienna here. We'll get the black in there in a second. Okay. The nice part is I can now clean this stuff up with the acrylic pens, so I'm not as afraid of it anymore. It used to be something I would not even attempt. Now, well, I'll try it now. So let's get a big chunk of that black. Gonna mix all this together. Yeah, he's doing the edges of the rock now. Okay, so hold on. Let me just see here. Yeah, I see what he's doing. So he's got a rock cutting in up in the sky. Okay. Yep, we can do that. So here's our rock. There's the rock there. Rock's gonna cut in. Actually, that's a pretty good rock for how I usually do these things. That's not bad. I have to say, that for me, that's not bad. It really isn't. I mean, usually I suck at these things, but that's an okay rock. I'm not saying it's great, but it's not bad, and that's an achievement in itself. We'll put some of that right there, and that's the rock coming in right there. Hopefully this shows up on the camera, assuming I'm actually recording. I think I am. Yeah, there we go. Just pull that rock down, and then that rock's gonna have its base kind of down here, going into the water. See, I'm trying to treat this like a drawing now, and just kind of like see it as a drawing, where the rock's base would come in, kind of come down and move out, and then we some out jutting into the water here. Sorry about the ambulance siren. That you might be hearing. I don't know if it's coming this way or not. My luck, it will be. But, you know, it's okay. Yeah, it's coming this way. There we go. Actually, it might be going towards the hospital. No, it's coming. Yeah, it's going towards the hospital. It's going the other way. So they've already picked somebody up or something, or whatever the accident is the other way. Okay, so the rock's in place. We're good there. Amazingly, that rock came out very well. Very well for how I usually do things. Oh, he's got it going right off the edge. That's interesting. His rock goes right off the edge. Well, mine doesn't, so you know what we're going to do? We're going to put some waves over there, because my rock does not go off the edge. So let's dab in a little bit of paint. Right, okay. All right, and then we're just going to create some water off that. That's going behind the rock. Right, okay. There we are. Okay. Because my rock is not going off the edge. So, okay. Oh yeah, this is where he's trying to... He's adding some edges into it. Yeah, he's putting like rock edges, which I can do with a paint pen later, so I'm going to leave that for now, because I can do a lot better work with that on an acrylic pen than I'm ever going to do with this brush. Alright, so he's taking white. Okay. Yeah, he's trying, so he's got the crashing waves going up on the rock. Okay. So we'll try doing that with, well, technically this is phthalo blue and red. Let's see. Dip, dip. Okay, hold on. Let's see how this works. Oh yeah, that's not bad. That's working. Like it's crashing up on the rock. Just trying to do it with a light touch here. Like it's hitting into that rock and splashing up. Okay, yep, got it. All right, next. Okay, Indian yellow. This is where he's probably making the beach. You know what? I don't think I'm going to make a beach. Hold on, I want to see something. Is that what he's doing? Oh wait, okay, hold on. Reflection? Reflection of what? That's going to be the beach area, I'm sure of it. I would bet anything that's going to be a beach. Okay, so it's cad yellow and Indian yellow. Okay. Word, yeah, okay. That easy. Well, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to do something a little different here. I'm going to take some of the white. All right, I'm going to take some white. I'm making more ocean because I like that water and I like that color. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut some of that paint and we're going to make some more waves because I like the waves. So we'll have the wave come up. We're going to have this wave come down, go out like that. We'll have this come in here, right? Just like this, because I like these waves. Okay, so now I'm going to leave that white. I'm going to take this brush. I'm going to dip into some of this. And we're going to create some of that background water. That looks like it's coming off of there. All right, and we're just going to sweep that through. Okay, the wind's pushing the canvas a little bit. I don't think it's actually in danger of falling over, but I'm going to hold it just in case. And we're just going to keep that water going. Like it's coming off of those white areas. And I don't mind if I pick a little of the white up. That'll give the ocean some kind of difference. I'm going to put some white into those areas. So we'll just bring this through here. All right. And honestly, you know what I'm going to attempt? I'm going to try something here. That's probably a bad idea, but why not? Let's play a little bit. Okay. Take this brush. Let's get some white on it. And instead of trying to do this with the knife, which I can't do, and at some point you have to understand what your limitations are and work around them as opposed to just fight through them. Make another big cascading ocean wave here. Kind of fades off. Goes like that. Just like the one on top, but I'm not using the knife this time. So we're just having some more. And then we'll take this same brush. We'll just make some more crashing areas here. Okay. So we'll do some more crashing waves here. And what I'm going to do is, I'm going to do the beach, but further down. I'm not going to bother with that one. So let me put this here. Let me grab, actually no, let's grab that same brush. Hold on. Because I can use this to kind of dot some white in here. Dot some white there. Right, okay. I'll take this brush here. Kind of just blend that in a little bit. So it's just got some little kind of soft caps in the background, just to brighten the ocean up. All right, now. Yeah, I like that a lot better. That's better. I probably should put some white, and since I do have this white knife, I can just do this. Just do a little bit over here. Little, just tiny bits of, that's nice. See, just littlest lines right in the back. Just to indicate that there's some, okay, well that was a lot more than I meant. Luckily I could lift it right off, because that was a big blob of paint that I did not intend to be there. But you know, there's an easy way to fix that. Turn it into water. There you go. Yeah. Okay. Yep, here we go. Okay. Let's see. So now, let me just see what he's doing. Okay. Because that can be a beach edge right there. Yeah, okay. So this is going to be where his sand is, obviously. Well, you know what I should actually do is take this. Let's see what this looks like. Yeah, okay, that's fine. Just do the inside of that. Just kind of pull that way. There we go. Oh, I see what he's doing. Okay, hold on. I see. Let's see here. There we are. There we are. Okay. All right, hold on. Interesting. Okay. Okay. Yeah. All right, so we got to go further down. So let's see. He took. I'm gonna go way back here. That's where he did that. 2-inch brush. Yes. Indian yellow and what?
Indian yellow, white.
White.
And just mix them together.
Okay. Indian yellow and white. Got it. All right. Let me move this. Indian yellow and white. Indian yellow. Okay. CAD we don't need. Okay. Indian yellow. Haven't used Indian yellow in a long time. A very long time. Okay. Let's grab this. Indian yellow and white. So let's pull some of that white off. Right there. Oh, screw it. We can just use this to mix it. Can always clean that. Might be too much yellow. Or too much white. Let's see. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Alright, no. Okay. No. So we'll do that right here. Yeah, That's okay. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Oh, he goes all the way to the edge. All the way to the edge. Here we go. Okay. And then pull that. Pull that. Okay. All right. Okay, so now this is the white. So this I need white. So let's clean this one off. Almost. Okay. And that's clean. So this is going to go pure white to make these little streaks. Okay. So let's see. Yeah, I see what he's doing. Okay, let's see. So okay. Yeah, I see what he's doing here. Yep. We're gonna have that coming right through here, going upwards and then coming down. And that'll go, so that's like it's crashing white on the beach. Yep, okay. I see what he's doing. See, it's just that I can never keep the knife never quite keeps the line the way he's got it, which is fine.
Pick up a little of that color.
Yeah, I see what he's doing. Okay. Okay, that goes right off. Yeah, that looks all right. And then he's got some of that there. That's going to be the edge. So I probably need, I'm going to do one more line of white. I see how I'm going to do this. So one more line of white here that's going to come down like that. Okay, so that's the edges, right? And then what I need is, what's he doing? Oh, he's doing one more in the corner. Okay, yeah, I kind of like that. That works for me. We'll do one more in the corner just to kind of seal it off. Sure, I'm okay with that. So just one more kind of right here, just to kind of hit the edge. That's fine. Yeah, I'm all right with that. Yeah. So then, okay. So then this, I'm gonna kind of pull this in. You see, you get that weird color in the background that was there before, which is so odd. I don't mind it, it's just odd. Yeah, okay. It's so odd how that looks, but that's okay. I don't mind it, it's just odd. That color combination underneath. Yeah, I'm saying just pull this back. Alright. Just try to grab the top of the white. Yeah, and then sweep that in. So it looks like it's all part of the same thing. And the same thing right here. Yeah, here we go. That does not look bad. That does not look bad. Well, at this point, he's just signing it, but okay. Well, the only thing I have to do is once this dries, I gotta put some texture on this rock, which I'll do. But everything else, and I'll probably take the white acrylic and draw some fine lines in here. But other than that, I actually don't mind this. I think it came out all right. It's interesting. It's something different. So I kind of like it. And the waves look good. Yeah, it all basically looks about how I would think it should look. So I'm just, maybe I should do a little bit of, just kind of like giving this wave a little bit of depth. Just so it's not completely blacked out here. Kind of work that up. So it looks like those waves are coming down. Yeah, that's not bad. I like that. Yeah, that definitely was the right move there. And then maybe just a little bit of that in here. Just to give it a little bit of that color texture. Just a tad. just so you don't completely lose that color. Just a bit. Suggest it's water. Okay. Interesting. Yeah. Overall, though, the only thing is this blue just doesn't. It's just blue sticks out. I don't care, but I wouldn't have done that blue if I knew that's how it was going to look. I would have just left it. I would have just done white and let it fade in. So that blue just sticks out. And it's the only place in the whole painting he used it, which is a little odd. Not terrible. Didn't ruin anything, but I mean, this color is bizarre too. But that was what he did. So, all right, everybody. Well, that is it. So I'm going to let this dry for a couple weeks. Do a little bit of touch up on the rock. But other than that, and probably put some, like, with a white acrylic, some caps in here just throughout. But other than that, it's done.